really festive yet. Aloha, it's Tia. Welcome to, in this case, a random basement. Enjoy your not necessarily willing stay.
Who are you? Why have you brought me here? What do you want? Money? I got money.
Hush now, dear child. Not to worry, your pretty little head. I shall explain soon. As a part of the Christmas spirit, I made a little something to celebrate it. This was supposed to come out early in the month, but school and life got in the way. Anyway, what I have brought you here to show you is my old AU of A Christmas Carol, and I am going to redesign it. If you don't know this classic Christmas tale, it follows a man by the name of Ebenezer Scrooge. He hates Christmas and goes, bah humbug. His dead banker bestie jumps his booty and says that there's 3 ghosts coming to visit him at night to teach him a lesson. Ghost of Christmas Past shows his Christmas past, teaching him to learn from it and stuff. Present shows him to present and how to enjoy it and to cherish it. Future shows him what will happen if he does not change. Scrooge at the end ends up getting scared like a wimp and changes his whole personality in a night. He invites everyone to a dinner at the end, and there we have A Christmas Carol. Now let's get to drawing. Ebenezer Scrooge. As you may notice, this ain't no man. Yup, my Scrooge is a woman. She was sparked to life from a little skit I had to do in my old drama class. Back then, I didn't really know what A Christmas Carol really was. In this AU, she's a strict art teacher since women weren't allowed to have jobs. So basically, for my old design, which is way too modern at the time, I just simply snatched some clothes from the Scrooge movie to make it more timely accurate. Also, she's married, and guess to who? Ebenezer Scrooge! Yup, I'm marrying her to the Scrooge voiced by Wolverine. Their marriage started out all lovey-dovey, but things faded. They don't exactly love each other all that much anymore, sleeping in different rooms and everything. By the end, they'll reconcile with a cute little scene or something. She has an older sister that died. Yeah, she has an older sister. And a nephew, which kind of caused the sister's death. She doesn't really like her nephew since that reason. Her personality is basically the same as any other Scrooge. She's harsh on her art students. I just basically ripped off the whole personality from Scrooge. But whatever, this is my video. I get to dictate what happens. She teaches basic art stuff, painting, embroidery, piano, and whatever. For how she relates to the Cratchits, I feel like the guy wants one of his daughters to learn, and also she's greedy, so she's bleeding him of all their money, just like Ebenezer. Purple may be for royalty and the high class, but hey, she's a queen to me. I included some doodles of her at the side, some of how she was when she was younger. There was one I tried to draw Ebenezer, but men are too difficult to draw. If you like Elizabeth, leave a purple devil in the comments.
I wish to be alone. Ah, humbug. Merry Christmas.
Jacob Marley. Can you tell his old designs that he was inspired by Scaramouche? Scaramucci? Can you tell? Can you? Anyway, he was mostly inspired by the ugly Disney version of Jacob Marley and the guy on TikTok that makes cool looking hats. I gave him a mask since in this version his face is too disfigured and rotted. I love that idea so much from the past version. I just basically took it and slapped it on this version. It's like supposed to be porcelain and whatever, but cracked. I made his eyes golden colored to sort of represent coins, like this one. Again, I made his outfit more accurate to the times. I tried to drawing him a coat for his living version, but it was just too hideous. In this AU, he's both Ebenezer and Elizabeth's friend. Jacob is a banker as per usual. I just made him to be a bit queer-coded since I wanted to give him some slaying sass. I centered his ghost version around blue since, you know, he probably died around that time of Christmas. And because blue is a pretty color, okay? A little detail I added in his inner shirt. I don't know the proper vocabulary of this. In reference to, I think, Japanese culture, they fold the kimono right over left for their dead. So I put that for his ghost version. For his side doodles, I was kind of lazy on it and then moved on. Oh, and his little finkies are frostbitten. His hair from his living form was curly and pretty, but in his ghost form it was longer and deflated to maybe show passage of time, and it was deflated like Pinkie Pie's hair. Anyways, that's him. How do you like him? Apparently a certain octopus likes him. If you like him, leave a nice cube in the comments.
Oh, woe is me. I forged these chains, link by link, yard by yard. I'm here tonight in hopes to give you a chance to escape my fate. Look and see me no longer.
Ghost of Christmas Past. They were pretty simple to redesign. I simply gave them legs, arms, and a wick for a neck, some slaying lashes, some blue hot eyes. I'm pretty sure I got rid of the hood. It's a no. I imagine their personality to be pretty sassy, empathetic at times, a tiny bit silly. I'm not good with describing personalities. I gave them a raincoat like in their old design. They were inspired by the weird candle guy in the ugly Disney version. The side doodles show some other expressions they might make, some interactions they do while exploring the past. Wait, is that... Damn. I don't have a lot to speak about them. Her design's pretty straightforward, a walking, talking candle with some sass. If you like them, leave a little candle in the comments.
What would you so soon put out? With worldly hands the light I give. The past can hurt, but it can heal if you learn from it. I'm here to show you the past, Christmas past, specifically your Christmas past.
Ghost of Christmas Present. This fella right here was definitely one of my favorites to make. He was inspired by this cat drawing on the net. Pretty sure I found it on TikTok. It was a black anthropomorphic cat, but they still had cat proportions. Like, they didn't have hands or feet. Like, they looked like they could walk like a cat. Like Puss in Boots. He was also inspired by the two ghosts from the Disney version and the 2022 movie. I may have accidentally made him look similar to one of them Tiger Star Warrior Cat designs, but oh well, I'm just trying to make something here. I gave him a big old cornucopia filled with wine to, like, I don't know, I didn't even use it. His personality is sometimes lazy, but he likes to be big and loud, and he enjoys life to the fullest. I also gave him a beard since I wanted it to be obvious that he's a boy. I needed to learn how to draw beards anyway. I can't keep making twinks forever. Also, Yummy and Hammerpaw beat me with a barbecue stick cause he's a cutie pie. His side doodles show him being a silly, what he looked like when Elizabeth arrived, and if you like this cutie patootie, slap a cat emoji in the comments.
I like life and life likes me. Enjoy life in the here and now.
Ghost of Christmas Future. Her old design was strange looking, to be honest. I liked it, but it could be tweaked a bit. Also, she's giving dictator Caitlyn right now. This lovely woman was pretty straightforward to design or redesign. I put her in morning clothes, and since I wanted to keep her face hidden still, I gave her a veil to cover her face, and since I liked the floaty stuff from the old coat, I did that to her dress. And also the My Little Pony version. Also, since the design is basically monochrome, I slapped a big old patch of color to her veil. Wait. That shade of blue and a veil. That combo seems familiar. Her old design is probably one of the only ones I liked from the old ones. Her personality is real stoic and held back. She keeps her cards close. She don't really talk. She finds it a waste of time somehow. Since it'll be revealed later that when her veil is pulled away, it's revealed that Future's face was actually Elizabeth's face. Gasp! This ghost wouldn't casually just have this as her face, so I think like for people like Elizabeth, she morphs to have a face that perhaps scare them a little more. Her true face is either maybe a void or a skull. If you like this woman, kick a grave emoji into the comments. Phew, that was a lot of talking and drawing, but we're not done yet. Exams just ended and things are looking up since I passed all mine. I hope everyone else has passed too. If you haven't, good luck. I hear from my cousin that Michigan don't do their exams till after a break this year, which is ridiculous. What drugs are they on and can I have them? Good luck out there, fellas. Let's get back to the grind. We're not done yet. Just a little more further to go. In the background, I drew the past designs and present designs. I like how I drew the first set as it's more reminiscent of my old style. And since I never really colored the old versions, and since I never colored them in, I did them on the fly that reflected the new designs. I like how I drew the chains. Ugh, the chains. Don't get me started. If you're watching closely, you'd notice I chain brush, at least attempt at one. I tried to make a chain brush. It worked fine when I just made it, but for some reason, it goes all lopsided. Anyway, I like how I drew Future's eyes and Elizabeth's. I had trouble with the background, so I asked for help, and they said Northern Lights. I'm not even sure England sees those, but it's possible if Georgia sees them. I did struggle a bit making the lights. It's easy to make on a canvas with some paint, but not really with digital. Since past is literally a candle with a flame for a head, they would accidentally be a focus since, fire makes light, so I had to dim that down. I kind of breezed over this whole thing since I got deadlines to meet. Yeah. A Christmas Carol 2022. Enjoy the rest of the speed paint. I do not draw old people often. That much is obvious from Elizabeth's design. I had a little more fun with this piece. Oh, how scandalous. Some shoulder. A certain octopus really liked this version of Elizabeth and Jacob. And unfortunately for this octopus boy, Elizabeth is married. But he can have Jacob though. I think it's obvious that I forgot a few things in the designs of my own characters. I forgot to give past the shape of a head. Whoopsie. I imagine that the ghosts are friends with a maybe sibling dynamic. Future being the titled sibling, while past and present being a little closer. Wait, hold a sec. Did I make me and my siblings? It's funny how Future should probably be the youngest since the future hasn't happened yet, but time is happening all at once. Would they really be separate beings? I went a little too detailed with the shading this time, but that may be an illusion thanks to the fur. I hate shading fur. From then on, it was pretty straight on. I yoinked the background from the other piece. You've got to be crazy to think I'm doing that again. And here we have a Christmas Carol 2024. As you may have noticed in the design time lapses and in the old versions, they wear this little badge in the shape of a heart with a smiley or frowny face in the middle. I imagine that these 4 ghosts formed a little group to help save the greedy from themselves, from their own chains, that they formed link by link, yard by yard. And as you may have noticed, they're not in either of the pieces. It's simple. I just didn't want to put them in. It's too much hassle. I hoped you liked the designs, both past and present. A big thanks to my voices. Feathery Latte, that voiced Ghost of Christmas Past. They can be found on YouTube and Blue Sky. And Ali L, the voice of Elizabeth Scrooge, Jacob Marley, and the Ghost of Christmas Present. Thank you so much for coming in clutch and voicing the others. Now show them some love. Again, thank you two so much. Now that this video is coming to a close, I'd like to suggest something. If this video gets to 500 views, I will make human versions of the Dandy World characters. Give a thumbs up on this video if you liked it and would like to see more, potentially designing the background characters. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, in this version, Prudence still exists. Prudence the dog. Yes, now that you will all start drifting off and going to other areas in the cosmos, and I eventually free you from your earthly ropes and let you out of the basement, I hope everyone has a Melekaliki Maka and Hou'oli Makahiki ho. Bye-bye!